Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, which... No, sorry, hold on. Hello? Yeah, is that a 3-bed or... Okay, it's on Canby. No. No, you can't email that to me. Could you fax that, please?
Are you okay right now?
I'm just really...
Just take a deep breath. Alright, you're good.
I just don't know how much my payments are gonna be.
Right.
Or I don't know if there's a 2 or a 3 or... I can't keep track of anything.
You know what? Just take this. Let's just take this. Just put it over there.
Hey!
And here you go.
What's this?
This got an iPhone 9, and you got a ton of apps on there. You got mortgage, and you just have fun with it, alright?
iPhone 9? My name is Daniel, and today we're just gonna be chatting, me and my brother Ryan over here.
Hello.
This is our first show, if you want to call it that. We'll just be chatting a little bit about some apps today and consumer platforms for real estate. So I don't know, I guess we can just get right into this.
Yeah, I know a lot of you out there wanting to do research from home more and more now, just with everything going on with coronavirus, and doing as much basically as from your sofa as possible. And we found a few apps here that we think are great fits for that, and I think would add value to your day-to-day in terms of your real estate journey.
So, okay, well, what do you use yourself?
Yeah, so
being honest.
Being honest myself, I mean, we all as realtors have access to the MLS, which is the most accurate in terms of sales data, in terms of like search criteria and everything. Unfortunately, the general public doesn't have access to the MLS.
Yeah.
Therefore, I feel like these are some great apps though that we have over the last week played with ourselves. And we just wanted to get a feel of what it would be like if we were, looking into the market without access to MLS, or maybe even not without a realtor yet. Maybe I'm just trying to, get a feel for what's out there before engaging with a realtor.
What do you think we have access to on MLS that a consumer wouldn't?
Yeah, so I mean, on MLS, you can search for anything basically from, number of bedrooms to like the size of a specific room that you want, a certain dimension. You can get sales data to like probably like the 80s.
Yeah.
Like you can get infinite amount of sales data, and a lot of access to graphs, a lot of access to.
You can see the history. So even if something didn't sell, you can see when they took off the listing, what number they tried at. So I guess there's a lot of little details that a consumer wouldn't either find useful or wouldn't be able to understand.
Yeah, exactly.
That your realtor can look into for you, and then take that relevant information and package it so in a way that it's useful for you and your purchase and comparing it with other properties. So
what did you find was one of the apps that you liked in terms of just general usefulness?
Definitely. Well, I think this app serves a more specific purpose. It's called BuzzBuzz Home, and they actually are more specific to new construction. So if you're in the market for a pre-sale home, then you would probably want to go to BuzzBuzz, just because all the other platforms out there are more specific to resale homes that are for sale by owners, used homes, so to speak.
So what's BuzzBuzz Home? What's a pre-sale? What?
Yeah, so a pre-sale would be a home that you're looking to buy before it's complete. So you put down a deposit with the developer, they secure you a contract to purchase that home at completion. So you would arrange your financing, everything else at a later date. A lot of people love that because it allows you to buy into a home now and then complete on it later. Maybe that timing works out for them better. Maybe that market appreciates over that time, so you can build equity in the home without having to have any monthly payments. And also you get a brand new home, which is the main thing.
Nice.
There are some, other sides of it as well. We won't really get into too much today, like GST, etc.
Yeah.
But BuzzBuzz Home, it's a fantastic platform to learn about new construction because it really just breaks down everything you need to know about it. So you got the developer on there. You have all the floor plans, which is a very, very useful too. I even use the platform myself to find floor plans for clients, especially when they're looking at a building, let's say that just recently completed, and now the homes are for sale, and BuzzBuzz will keep those homes on the website as well. So you can find the floor plans for them, and you can see the O1 unit looks like the O2, the O3.
Wow.
You can send them all that information, filter by number of bedrooms. You can see when it started selling, when it completed, who the developer is, who the builder is, even the deposit structure.
So what are like some pre-sales like right now? If you're like, Daniel, show me a pre-sale, like what would that entail? Like what pre-sales are available like literally around this area right now?
So BuzzBuzz doesn't have an app specific for iPhone, but the mobile website's really good. So just pop on my phone here. Wait for that.
So you're going through the phone there. Is it?
So I've saved the website to my phone. So you could go, for example, West Bank. They've been launching a lot of new high-profile developments lately. Yeah. So definitely a big fan of West Bank. I think a lot of people are. So let's look at Butterfly.
So you go on, just like search it out. And
the Butterfly. So the Butterfly, it's just up the street. Actually, so it's on Nelson Street. So I'd call it just right in the middle of downtown.
Yeah.
Very high-end, development. But if you want to see it, you could go to plans and pricing, and then you could see the 2 bedrooms, what those are going for, how much they're asking right now. This is currently still selling. And then you could go to 3 bedrooms, see what they're asking. Obviously, this is a real ultra luxury development. So the 2 bedrooms are $3.9 million. But they have everything on this website. So, and you can go into that floor plan and you can see how many square feet it is, how many beds, how many bathrooms, as well as, the deposit structure. So they're doing 25% right now. 10% with contract, 10% 6 months after, and then 5% 1 year after.
So a lot of details on there. And you don't need a realtor for this.
No, you don't. But a good tip would be to engage with a realtor. And oftentimes the information on here, although accurate, may be out of date, and the developer might actually be offering better incentives.
On there because there's a bit of a lag. These things are always changing all the time. Promotions are always changing.
Exactly.
Okay. Right on.
So that's been a really useful tool. Also on there, you get things like the phone numbers, contact individual, the address of the presentation center, who the architect was, and then you can search by map as well, which is very useful. So let's say you don't know what you're looking for yet, you can just search by what area you're interested in, and then you can see all the developments in that area.
Cool.
I'm not sure what was added first. I do believe it was with pre-construction, pre-sale first, all the new developments. But they actually have a whole rental side as well. So for those renters out there, if you're looking for like a purpose-built rental building and you want to get into something a bit newer, this has been a really great platform. So for example, we can go to the West End. You can just go by location. And then you see some options here.
This is just for newer stuff, you're saying, not like old rentals.
I believe it is more just newer stuff because the website is newer overall, and I don't think they started just adding all these backdated. So I mean, if I go to the West End right now, most product in the West End is older, especially for rental, and there's a ton of rental in the West End. But I see Vancouver House, Pendrell, Eventide, 1188 Bidwell. So let's hop in 1188 Bidwell. So it shows you the sizes of the homes, how many suites are in the building, the number of bedrooms, because a lot of rental buildings, they'll only just do 1 bedroom, especially the old ones. It shows you the rough price per square foot, when its completion is. And then what I like about it too is you can just request info. So this is actually my project, as you know. So I would get the odd email from people from BuzzBuzz just requesting information, say, hey, I'm looking for this kind of home. I'm looking for this kind of move-in date. Please send me what you have, and then we'll just get directly in contact with them. They leave me their phone number, and I can just call them. So you get directly in touch with the leasing representative, and then there's also the side for pre-sale where you can ask for help from a realtor as well if you don't have a realtor you're working with too. So they'll connect you with a realtor, or you can connect directly with the development. It gives you the option.
Do most people connect with you directly? Does most people reach out directly to the development, like with your rental? I mean,
for rental, it's a little bit different, yes. Because in British Columbia, anyways, representation for renters is not quite the same for a lot of other places. So most property managers and rental agents work for, the landlord. That's how they get paid. But for renters, not as common or not so much here.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, you can see all the plans, and then that way, you can just hop on one website. You have everything instead of hopping onto all the specific websites for all the different developments. So the rental side is a part of the platform I'm not as familiar with compared to the pre-sale, but it's a whole side of the app that they've added, which is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you? What would you recommend? I know there's a few platforms out there. I find most of our clients, I'd say, tend to send us stuff on Realtor.ca, REW.
Realtor.ca, REW, yeah.
But you think there's a better app than those?
Well, so we were playing around with a few just search engine applications to see what is out there in terms of resale. So we're just talking about pre-sale. This is more like stuff or homes that have been built already. So more the average day-to-day person be looking more on in this kind of platform. We actually really liked the Redfin app.
Really?
Yeah.
So for those who may not know what Redfin is, what is Redfin?
Redfin is a brokerage from Seattle. I think they're trying to almost not eliminate realtors, but the guys from Seattle, they build good stuff in terms of tech. So it didn't really disappoint, to be honest.
Well, they're a brokerage themselves, and they have agents specific.
There is. So you'll get the part that's kind of annoying is that they'll try to plug their own agents in it, which
use their app. So
I guess that's part of the deal. But yeah, it's a great interface here. You can go right into it. No lag, very fluid. It was just very easy to use and search in terms of like a map feature. So you can go map, search anywhere in basically Vancouver. What was really cool as well is you can draw like an area that you want to focus on. So you just press on the screen and then like draw. Whoa, that was not very good. I'll try again. Draw. And circle a space that you want to focus on, and it'll highlight listings like just in that area, which is quite unique. And save the search, call it what you want. You can add it as a notification to your own phone. That was one feature which I really liked. The other part which we really enjoyed using was the collaboration tool, where you can add a spouse or partner onto your
brother
or brother. And so we're playing around with it, and was really neat. You can add comments, and these comments come up as like almost like a text dialogue, and you can add your own realtor in there as well. So between the three of you can favorite and you can collaborate on listings and find mutual, I don't know, not to call it like Tinder, but mutual like
Tinder
match. You swipe right on the same property.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, you can add to the favorites, and then you basically go into your favorites.
Your favorites here.
And then every listing becomes its own conversation.
So what's cool, you go to favorites and comments. So this home here, 328 East 11th Avenue in Vancouver, we both favorited it. And I can add a comment. What do you think of this one here? Hello, you didn't respond to me. And you can see all the comments and everything as a dialogue. So that was really neat. So that was probably one of my favorite tools on that app. Other parts which were great, it does show some sold prices as well. Even though it's not to the same detail as the MLS, you can get a general idea of what homes were selling for in the area. I think BC right now, you can only have access to the last 3 years of sold data. Maybe in the future that might change. Yeah,
and I was noticing, and it's not something you really have to search for specifically either. I was just looking up buildings, and then you'd press on the buildings, you'd see the active listings, and then just right under that, you'd see a couple sold.
See the sold as well.
So then it kind of gives you a gauge. I think it shows you the past, I'd say 3-4 months or so.
Yeah.
I was seeing stuff back to maybe December.
Totally.
So that was kind of cool. Like I said, though, like you said earlier, it's not. It just shows you the unit and the size and what it's sold for. Nothing else really. You don't even know if it's renovated. You don't know.
Exactly.
There's no pictures even.
Exactly. Couple other things that I did like about it. You draw feature collab. You can do look at open houses in your area, see what's around this weekend. So if you're on like a Thursday, you had some plans, free time, you want to look at open houses, easy. You just go open house, slide it out, and then there's a little toggle feature, and then you can do your own research that way too. And generally, yeah, just a great user interface on it. So props for this app here, and I think it was a great search tool for resale if you're looking just on a casual basis.
No, yeah, I would agree. I really do like it. I mean, some of the good apps like REW is really good. Their mobile platform is not the best though. Realtor.ca, we do like Realtor.ca as well. You can tell though it's just not quite as crisp of an app. It's just a little bit glitchier, a little bit lag. Everything works on it. And it works very well. I did like on Realtor.ca, you can kind of just jump on and you didn't have to make an account or anything. You'd start adding stuff to your favorites and all that, which was really great. But sharing properties was a bit of a hassle. Like on Redfin, you could just grab the link and you can just send that over.
Send it out.
Yeah, I mean, Realtor.ca was making you send it directly to their email. Like, what is their email address? There's no other way to send it. So everyone would just end up screenshotting stuff.
Kind of old school.
Which is, I mean, it's fine.
Old school screenshots.
Old school screenshot, yeah, exactly. So old school. But yeah, no, I think Redfin I was really impressed when I started using their app.
Yeah. I didn't want to like it, but I did like it. So.
I mean, yeah, so we obviously don't work for Redfin. But their app is very good. I'll give them that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Final app here, I think what we did like in terms of the finance side, which is equally important to finding the home, is like knowing how much you can qualify for, is the mortgage app. So this is called the Canadian Mortgages Application.
Totally, yeah.
And like really, really useful in terms of a calculator and just finding out you can even calculate what you generally could afford based on your debts, based on your income. They even have...
They have a purchase calculator, a stress test, even have a land title transfer and fees associated with that, such property transfer tax.
So in terms of fees or just calculating, making sure that you got everything in place before you make the purchase, it's 100%.
I mean, obviously you want to make sure you're speaking with an agent or lawyer, notary who knows this stuff, and make sure you're building in all your costs that would be relevant to your purchase. And knowing which exemptions you would be eligible for as well. But this just really, I think, empowers people to just have a real good idea of, what are all the costs, right? It has your closing costs, land title, stress tests. I guess GST would be applicable on new purchase as well. So legal costs. I'm not sure if it does legal costs in there.
It does. No, it does everything.
It does, okay.
Yeah, you have a whole layout of what your closing costs would be. So that was a pretty awesome feature there.
Yeah, land
transfer, closing costs. You can even look at what promotions are out there in terms of mortgage rates from banks and do your own general shopping. And of course, to get the details, get in contact with a mortgage broker. And
they do withhold a little bit of information until you make an account. I was just trying to look at all the closing costs and the specific numbers, but just have to create an account with them. But other than that, it shows you everything else.
Yeah. Rates, notifications, and you get notified when rates do change and all that as well. So this was a pretty powerful tool to get your budgeting together.
Yeah.
And very useful.
I mean, a lot of people are also they're building their budget and what they can afford based on what the rates are at too. But I mean, a big thing is that stress test. I like that has that feature in there because it's giving you a more accurate number, what you have to qualify for, and then you can get the benefit of a low interest rate right now. And interest rates are low, really low right now. So that's definitely been a useful app as well. And it's super easy. It's a small app, doesn't take a lot of room up on your phone. Just download it. And, whenever you're looking at a place, you plug in the numbers quickly. I personally use Excel for that. I mean, we have a pretty good cash flow calculator spreadsheet that we use for whenever we're looking at pricing a home and for clients. But this is a really... Do they have
first-time homebuyer incentives on here, or that's missing?
I don't think they have first-time homebuyer.
So if you're first-time homebuyer and you're using the app, make sure you still get in contact with a realtor because they will know what the incentives are that qualify for just yourself. But in general, to get an idea, this is probably one of the best options, I would say, for the finances on your phone.
For sure, yeah. Those three. So Redfin for resale market, so used homes, so to speak, and BuzzBuzz Home great resource if you're looking for new construction or more recently completed homes. If you want to learn about overall buildings that have completed in the past like maybe 5 years, that's a great resource just in general, because they leave all that information up there, and that information doesn't go out of date. Like the plans and all that is fine, but yeah, of course the deposit structure and when that starts selling is not really important anymore. Yeah, that's a great resource in general just for learning about the overall development. And then last, the mortgage app.
Mortgage app.
Yeah, that's
so 3 great apps. Download them on your phone, play with them. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your agent. If you don't have an agent, we're more than happy to help out.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's great. You'll learn a lot, and it gives you a lot of information. But what's most important is you're working with somebody who has your back ultimately, and is double checking everything you're looking into, so you make the right decision.
100%. All right. Get downloading.